I can't believe I got 4 motors.
Once upon a time, there was a man named Medic, and he used to make an online show called RC Adventures. And then one day, he decided to do a build video and use 4 brushed motors on his 1/8 size scale electric SCX-10 heavy-duty dingle body. Damn it! Dingo body. Oh man, can you see what I am looking at? Now, before you get too blown away, I've got a ton of work to do here still, but let's actually have a little bit of a closer look. Alright, so I've been working in the background trying to get this, done, but it's a huge project, you guys. I gotta tell you, it's actually something else to try and figure this out, but I know you guys are all still in shock right now, and oh my god, what a rat's nest of wiring, but really it's not. It's just these 2 ESCs right here that go to the motors, 1 to the battery right here. This is actually going to change. The setup is going to change a little bit because I'm actually going to run not 1 ESC, not 2, not 3, but in fact 4 ESCs. 1 ESC per motor. Here, look at me. Yes, this is absolutely ridiculous. And that's why I do RC Adventures, because I like to do things over the top. And I don't know what I'm going to do with a huge beast like this, but whatever it is, it's going to be fantastic. And you guys know it, back down here. So, now I've got everything hooked up and controlled. I am going to use this split loom to keep all the wires protected. I figured while I was building here, I would bring you guys along on the journey a little bit today, and you guys could have an inside look to how I'm getting this to actually work together. Alrighty, 4 motors, 4 ESCs. Why? Because we can. These are already pre-tipped, so basically it's time for me just to attach these wires to the motor itself. There we go. Let that cool off. Same on this side. Melt that first, then melt the top, then they melt together. Just like, I want to center it. Oops. There. There we are. Okay, now if I wanted to make it a tad stronger, which I probably don't need to do, but you don't like being out in the on the trails when you have an issue like that, so we'll just strengthen that up a bit. That looks pretty strong as it is. Good. And almost. She's a wiggly one. Okay, good enough. Okay, so now that I have that on, I want to make sure to wrap the wiring so it doesn't get caught in these spur gears, or the spur gear and the pinions. And in it goes, just like so. There, nice. Now the leads that I have left right here are for the batteries. And what I'm going to be doing is making a 3-way connector. So they'll actually just plug into the connector and it will plug into 1 3-cell battery. Okay, so that will power these 2 ESCs and this motor and pinion combo back here. Speaking of pinion combo, look at that. That spur gear is an 81. And those pinion gears are 27 tooth hardened. 27 tooth, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same spur gear on the back. That's an 81. Now you guys probably want to see how I'm actually doing the drive shafts, because I know I gave you a little bit of a hint of that before. Now obviously you can tell if you're paying attention that the links aren't hooked up. Looks like a little bit of a wiring mess, not too bad at all actually. Okay, once those are out of the way, everything will be fine. But let me switch the truck around. You can have a look at the drive shaft. I'll get you off the tripod and you can have a closer look.
Okay, now this is the drive shaft I showed in the teaser video that I did right here. And all I did is that this is actually an axial drive shaft stock, but I used a Dremel and I cut most of it off, and I only left about this half an inch to maybe just over a little bit more of a half inch, and super glued it together. So this isn't really going to be taking a lot of pressure or torque anyway while it's turning, because this is just a center point for these two to really kind of work together. As you see, I was actually concerned about if I was going to have to make new links. Remember I was making or using these I-beams back here. The answer is going to be, I don't think so, because the genius of this is that underneath, you see how that works? Just like that. So they already fit into the plates, and look at the room in between the motors and the spur gear. You guys like that? Plenty of room in there to actually turn and maneuver around, so no problem. So I've got MIP drive shafts on the front. You can see the locking teeth right there. Come on, focus. So that's going to be a nice strong torque point, as well as it carries into this transmission, right? Carries back through this transmission and down to the front axle right there. So the diffs have already been packed with marine grease. It's nice and cozy in there. It's going to be able to take quite a bit of torque and pressure, and we'll see. I still have to figure out where I'm going to put these links. I think they're going to get mounted up in here, but I really have to try to you know, figure out exactly what I want to happen. And I may, you know what, even though these are brand new, I may switch these out and get more of a beefier spring on there. They do look darn good. Maybe I'll put these, I'll take these springs out, replace it with these ones so it's about the same size, and it'll really lift that front end up. Right now I can't do it because it's a sprung droop setup. Anyway, there you go. There you go. Get my lighter for heat shrink out of the way. Looks like a bit of a wiry mess, and it is a little bit. That's no big deal. Everything will get tidied up. But there is your beginning of the week update on the heavy duty axial dually build. I hope I see you guys at RCSparks.com. We can talk about these projects and more. See you there.